Imagine turning 15, and nobody remembers your birthday. No friends, no texts, nothing. But then, one person shows up, and changes everything. This isn't just a story about music. It's about finding your voice when the world tries to silence you. Chapter 1. Birthday. My name is Alex. And today is my 15th birthday. Most kids wake up on their birthday, feeling excited. They expect balloons, texts, maybe even a surprise party. But me, I woke up to silence. No messages on my phone. No, happy birthday, waiting at breakfast. Just another ordinary morning. I walked into school hoping, just maybe, someone remembered. But nobody did. The truth is, nobody here even knows. In the hallway, kids laughed, joked, shared stories from last night. Groups of friends walked together, backpacks swinging, sneakers squeaking against the floor. And me, I walked alone. My birthday felt like a secret I was forced to carry. Every once in a while, I thought about saying it out loud. Hey guys, it's my birthday today. But the words never left my mouth. Because birthdays don't mean much if you have to remind people. At lunch, I sat at my usual spot, watching the cafeteria buzz with energy. Someone was celebrating a soccer win. Another group was planning the weekend. And all I could think was, 15 years of life, and not one person here knew today was my day. I tried to brush it off. Tried to tell myself it didn't matter. But deep down, it did. Because birthdays aren't about cake or candles. They're about being seen, being remembered, being loved. When the final bell rang, I walked home slower than usual. The streets looked the same. The world kept moving. And for the first time, I wondered. Maybe my birthday was just another day after all. But I didn't know then that this quiet, lonely birthday was just the beginning of a story much bigger than I could imagine. Chapter 2. Bella. It's Saturday. No school. No rush to catch the bus. Just me, and the quiet hum of the morning. I roll out of bed and make my way downstairs. The smell of coffee drifts through the air. My mom is already at the kitchen table, typing away on her laptop. Her glasses slide down her nose as she stares at the screen, lost in work. Morning, Mom, I say. She looks up briefly, smiles, and goes back to typing. No mention of my birthday. No questions about my plans. Just another Saturday. I pour myself a bowl of cereal and sit across from her. The room feels heavy with silence. Just the clicking of keys and the crunch of cereal. That's when I hear it, a knock at the door. I freeze for a moment. We don't usually get visitors this early. Curious, I push back my chair and walk over. When I open the door, she's standing there. Bella. She's holding a book in one hand and her bike helmet in the other. Her hair's a little messy, like she rushed over. And her smile, bright, unexpected, fills the space between us. "Hey, Alex," she says. "I thought we could hang out today." For a second, I just stand there, surprised. Out of everyone in the world, she showed up. She remembered me. I let her in, and suddenly the quiet morning doesn't feel so heavy anymore. We sit in the living room, and Bella starts talking about a new story she's writing. She's always been creative, always dreaming up adventures bigger than this small town. And as I listen, I forget about yesterday. The loneliness, the silence, the birthday that never was. Because right now, Bella's here. And for the first time in a long time, I don't feel invisible. What I didn't know then was that meeting Bella that Saturday would change everything. Not just my weekend, not just my birthday, but my entire story. Chapter 3. Lesson. It's Tuesday. Bella's supposed to be here in 30 minutes. But right now, I feel sick. Not the kind of sick you fix with medicine. The kind of sick that starts in your chest and spreads through your thoughts. I saw Bella at school today. She was surrounded by people, laughing, talking, moving from one group to another like she belonged everywhere. She didn't see me. And honestly, why would she? She has so many friends. She's outgoing, confident, always shining in the center of attention. And me, I'm quiet. I blend into the background. I'm the kind of person people forget is even in the room. I sit on the edge of my bed, staring at the clock, every minute dragging by. My stomach twists. The voice in my head won't stop whispering. She isn't going to like you. You're not funny. You're not interesting. You're just you. I think about canceling, texting her that I'm sick, that I can't hang out. But a part of me knows that's just fear talking. And if I keep listening to that fear, I'll never have a real friend. So I wait. Every sound outside makes me jump. Every tick of the clock feels louder. And then, there it is. A knock at the door. I freeze. My heart's pounding so hard it feels like everyone can hear it. For a second, I think about pretending I'm not home. But then I hear her voice. "Alex, you there?" Something inside me shifts. Maybe I don't need to be the funniest. Maybe I don't need to be the most interesting. Maybe I just need to be myself. I take a deep breath, stand up, and walk to the door. Because this, right here, isn't just another Tuesday. It's the beginning of a lesson I'll carry with me forever. Chapter 4. Video. The next day, Bella comes over. And then the day after that. And the day after that. Before I know it, she's showing up every afternoon. For a whole week, my house, once so quiet, feels alive. We sit in the living room, sometimes on the floor, sometimes sprawled across the couch. We talk about music, the kind of music that makes your chest feel heavy, or light, or alive all at once. Bella pulls out her phone and says, "Have you heard this band? They're blowing up right now." I shake my head. She grins, taps the screen, and suddenly the room is filled with guitars, drums, and a voice that feels like it could break the walls down. We watch them perform on Video Space, our favorite place to find new bands, live shows, and hidden gems. The stage lights flash, the crowd sings along, and for a moment, it feels like we're right there in the middle of it all. I tell her about the bands I like, quiet, unknown groups most people never notice. She actually listens, not just nodding, not just pretending, but really listening. And then she laughs and says, "Alex, you've got good taste. Way better than half the playlists people send me." Every day, it's the same rhythm. Music, laughter, stories, and long hours spent watching the best bands on Video Space. And for the first time in my life, I don't feel invisible. I feel seen. I feel enough. One night, after she leaves, I sit on my bed replaying the whole week in my head. The sound of her laughter. The way she always shows up with something new to share. And I realize something. Friendship doesn't always arrive with a big announcement. Sometimes it slips quietly into your life. And before you even notice, it changes everything. Chapter 5. Likes. That morning, on my way to school, my head won't stop spinning. Why did Bella do it? Why did she put my song on Video Space? That song wasn't meant for the world. It was just mine, private, unfinished, messy. Each step feels heavier than the last. The thought circles in my mind like a storm I can't escape. I pull out my phone, hoping maybe it was just a dream. But there it is. Her text. Just one line. A link. My stomach twists. My finger hovers over it. Part of me wants to ignore it. Pretend it doesn't exist. But another part of me needs to know. I tap. And suddenly, there it is. My song. My voice. Out in the open, floating on the screen for anyone to hear. The video isn't fancy. Just a simple upload. But the comments, the views, the likes, they're real. People are listening. People are liking. And I don't know how to feel. At first, I'm angry. How could she betray me like that? Didn't she know how personal this was? Didn't she understand I wasn't ready? But then I keep scrolling. Comment after comment. Wow, this is amazing. Who is this kid? He's got talent. Can't stop replaying this. For the first time, strangers see me. Not as invisible Alex. Not as the quiet kid. But as someone with a voice worth hearing. And in that moment, I realize something I never expected. Maybe Bella didn't betray me. Maybe she believed in me before I believed in myself. Still, the question remains, heavy in my chest. Do I thank her? Or do I tell her she went too far? Because friendship just got a lot more complicated. Chapter 6. Song. The next day at school, I can barely keep my head up. My eyes burn from staring at my phone all night, waiting for a reply that never came. I texted Bella, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Why did you do it? Why would you put my song online without asking me? Please just answer. But nothing. No reply. Just silence. I walk down the hallway and everything feels different. The air feels heavier. The voices around me sound sharper, like they're all talking about me. And maybe they are. Because everywhere I look, kids are on their phones. I catch glimpses of the screen. My song, playing between classes, shared in group chats, streaming through earbuds. My stomach sinks. It's like the walls are closing in. Every lyric I wrote, every note I sang, no longer mine. Exposed. Out there for the world to tear apart. At lunch, I sit alone, pretending to scroll, but really just staring at the same blank page on my phone. I feel sick. Not because people are listening, but because the one person I trusted most isn't here to tell me why. Then, halfway through the day, I hear it. From the other side of the cafeteria. A group of kids singing my song. Not mocking, not laughing, actually singing it. And for the first time, I'm not invisible. But it doesn't feel like victory. It feels confusing. It feels wrong. Because all I can think is, Bella. Why didn't she reply? Why didn't she explain? She believed in me enough to share my song with the world. But not enough to talk to me after. As the bell rings, I pack up slowly. One question echoing louder than the noise around me. Is this the start of something amazing? Or the end of our friendship? Chapter 7. Smile. I feel sick. Not the kind of sick that keeps you in bed. The kind that grabs your chest, twists your stomach, and makes your hands shake. I'm at the youth club. The air is hot with noise. Laughter, footsteps, voices, overlapping, the thud of speakers testing the bass. On stage, a band is playing, guitars screaming through the amps. The crowd is alive, clapping, moving, shouting for more. And me, I'm up next. In 10 minutes. 10 minutes until I have to walk out there. 10 minutes until all those eyes turn to me. Until they stop talking, stop laughing, and wait to hear what I have to say. I grip my guitar so hard my fingers ache. I can hear my heart beating louder than the music. I whisper to myself, please like it. Please, everybody, just like it. Because this isn't just a performance. It's more than that. It's proof. Proof that I'm not invisible. Proof that Bella was right to believe in me. Proof that maybe, just maybe, I belong here. The band finishes their last song. The crowd cheers, the lights shift. And then, silence. Someone calls my name. It echoes through the speakers. Alex. My legs feel heavy as I walk toward the stage. I can feel the heat of the lights, the weight of the crowd. Dozens of faces. All waiting. All watching. I step up to the microphone, my throat dry. My fingers hover over the strings. For 1 second, I think about running. Walking out the back door and never coming back. But then, I see her, Bella, standing in the crowd, looking right at me. And she smiles. That one small smile cuts through the noise in my head, and suddenly, I can breathe. The fear doesn't disappear, but it softens. The sickness fades just enough. I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and let the first note escape. This is it, my moment, my song, my voice.